No, there's a new guy for that.
That's what she said.
Oh, nice. Good burn. Good burn. So I'll thank you for coming out. Appreciate all you guys.
Woo!
I love this. Oh, sorry. Well, you have such a pretty face, so I should stay here.
Don't break my shit.
Yeah. I won't, don't worry. So we're in Cleves, Ohio, and I started doing this stand-up thing about, I don't know, a couple months ago or whatever, and I told a buddy about it, and he's like, oh, that's awesome, you like it? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, actually, I got booked for, this is my second showcase, but I got booked for a showcase down in Cheviot. And, so I'm going to do that tomorrow. I was texting him the day before. And he's like, wow. So you went from Cleves to Cheviot. So at this rate, you'll be in Norwood by Thanksgiving. So I got something to look forward to. I was watching, I'm a huge Cowboys fan. Fuck the Giants, Moose. And but so I'm watching the preseason game last night. It's like the game 3. It's supposed to be if you guys are football fans, the dress rehearsal for all the starters. And I'm all excited, but like Dallas played horrible, so bad. They were so bad last night, and I'm diehard. And they gave it away more last night than my ex-girlfriend did in high school. I'm glad that worked, because actually I wrote that joke last night when I was on mushrooms, and. True story, swear to God. I woke up today and I look at it and I was like, well, at least it's legible and maybe it could work. I don't know. But speaking of mushrooms, I don't know if you guys have ever done them, but they are horrible. They taste horrible. Like, the side effects are awesome. I don't do them all the time. I don't want to try to make myself out to be like a drug addict or whatever. I do them once every couple years to clear my head. But so I like to take them with peanut butter, and just to kind of cut the flavor of it. And so I get out the jar of peanut butter, and I got my little baggie there, and I'm starting to get prepared, and I turn, and my dog is looking at me. And you see, you guys already get it. I don't even need to finish the joke. Because you know why he's looking at me. He's getting all excited. He has other plans for how the evening's gonna go, but like Moose said, and I've said before, I'm kind of new at this, and the first probably 3 or 4 sets I did masturbation jokes, and because I feel like those hit hard. I don't know, just looking back at it, but it's kind of a controversial thing, and I've had some friends that told me probably stay away from masturbation jokes. You don't let, my buddy says, you don't want to be known as the jack off guy. And I'm like, maybe I do. Maybe I want that to be my thing. And I feel like I'm not being true to my art because I haven't told a masturbation joke in 2 weeks. So I'm gonna tell you guys a masturbation joke. I don't know why I keep doing this. Dunking, air dunking. When I first discovered masturbation, I was probably 11, 12, 13, whatever. And, I'm like, this is fucking awesome. Why hasn't anybody told me about this before? This is great. When I found out about Santa Claus, that fucking sucked. I didn't have shit going on for 5 years. And, but now I got this. And, then I started getting older. Started getting laid, and it kind of goes away. But now that I'm kind of retired, and I don't have a lot of shit going on, I'm getting back into it. And so just like in any relationship, you want to keep it fresh. And So I like to play games with it. I like to take like 2 or 3 Tylenol PM and wait like 15 minutes and then try to jack off before I pass out. And I usually win. So, but it's weird too because I have. I wonder when I'm jacking off. Like before, during, or after, I have like a fucked up mind. So I wonder, are my dead relatives looking down on me as I'm doing it? And it makes it weird, you know, to where sometimes I'm just like, you know what, I'm not fucking jacking off tonight.
Why the fuck not?
I know, I still do, but I'm just trying to make myself look good.
You're gonna let it go blind.
That's not true. I looked it up on the internet. That's a fallacy. I'm recently single, and I'm not good at picking up girls. I'm not that dude that just goes to a bar and just starts spitting game because I have 0 game. But I do know one way not to pick up chicks, and I found this out on a double date with one of my good buddies years ago. It's me, him, his girl, and my girl. And for some reason, masturbation comes up, to stay on topic. He says his favorite way to jack off is to take 2, he gets real specific, 2 room temperature water balloons and put them in between the couch cushions and then put a bunch of KY jelly on his dick and just start fucking the couch.
Did it work?
No, it didn't work. He didn't get a second date.
Question for the question, right?
Yeah. So I do know that. I don't know a lot about women. You guys are an enigma, but I do know that that's not one way to pick up women. But one way that I do like to pick up women is I like to grab a handful of condoms and go down to Planned Parenthood and just stand outside and start up conversations. Because, I mean, at least you know they put out. Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, so I'm gonna take. I've been doing this for a little bit, and I'm sure you comedians can attest to this. The people that you hang out with that don't do stand-up comedy are like will like associate you with a comedian. So when you get introduced, you're like, hey, like this is Andy. He's a stand-up comedian. Like that's what I do. I don't introduce you as like, hey, this is Mike, he's a welder. But so I go to this party with this chick that I used to bartend with years ago, and I show up. There's 30 people there. The only person that I know is her, and so she's like real bubbly and excited that I even showed up. And so she's taking me around, like introducing to me to all her relatives and friends, and like this is Ian, this is you weren't there, but you know, this is so and so. Like I have to take a test later, but every time she introduced me, she said, "This is Andy. He's a stand-up comedian. Like this is my job." And so people get like real intrigued, where they're like, "You like be funny. Tell me a joke. I want you to make me laugh." And I'm like, fuck that. Like, I'm not working. Like, what the hell do you do? Like, so like after the 7th person said, you know, like make me laugh. And I was like, you know what? I'll tell you what. It was this hot chick. Her name was Melissa or whatever it was. So what do you do? I'm a masseuse. I said, you know what? Okay, I'll tell you a joke. But if I make you laugh, then you need to massage me. I'm gonna lay on this couch right now in front of 30 people, massage me, and then give me a happy ending.
Yeah.
Like, you want me to be on, you gotta be on. And I know. Anyway, I'm gonna end on this, guys. I used to what?
Did she?
No.
I know, I was waiting.
But I didn't tell her a joke either, so. Oh, I worked with this girl. She was a lot younger than I was, and I like to, because I bartend, and I work with a lot of younger chicks. But when you work with people you spend a lot of time around them, and I'm a goofball and I talk way too much. That's part of the reason why I'm up here doing this, because I talk a lot. But so I'm trying to figure out a way to interact with her and be goofy and be funny about it. So I say, I'm not going to say her name, but hey, let's play a game. Write down all the states that you've had sex in, and let's see who wins. And so she's like, okay, whatever, then like that's kind of a weird question to get asked. And so the third state that she listed was Louisville. And I don't think I have to say this, but she was blonde. And female. So, so we go to, me and her became buddies. We go to Starbucks, this is probably a couple weeks ago, and I have to meet my lawyer to sign some paperwork. Sorry. And we're standing in line, and she's standing behind me. She's like, what are you going to get? I'm just like, I'm going to get a coffee. I don't know, whatever. And she's like, that's stupid. You should get something different. And she's like 22, bubbly. Like, she should be the spokesmodel for Starbucks. She's like, it looks like she's on her phone on like Facebook Live filming a commercial for Starbucks. And she's like, you should get something different. She starts saying, you should get a macchiato, lappuccino. So I'm just like I just turn and I push her on the ground and I rip one of her Ugg boots off and just hit her in the fucking face with it. I made a stand. Andy, guys, thank you so much. My name's Andy. Thanks for putting up with me.